So the Tech Center is the FAA's Science and Technology Research and Development Test and Evaluation laboratory. So all the improvements to the air traffic control system, to safety, all the equipment that is developed, tested, comes through the Tech Center to make sure that it's safe and ready to be deployed.
I first came to the FAA as a college student under a cooperative education intern program. I liked it enough to come back after graduating and have continued that for a number of years, and here I am today.
So we are a division of 125 scientists and engineers. Most of the division has advanced degrees in engineering. All the disciplines of engineering are represented.
We do all the research, the safety research, that leads to the standards that all airports have to use anywhere.
The work that we do ensures that advances in aviation can be safely implemented to ensure that the traveling public and the aerospace system is modern, up-to-date, and safe. So we do research in fire safety, in aircraft structures and their propulsion, in human factors, which looks at people, processes, and technology, software and systems that are on airports, on airplanes, and also airports in terms of the runways and then the airport safety.
The successful outcome of our work you don't see, because if the accident doesn't happen, if the fuel tank doesn't blow up, if there's not an external fuel fire and the plane runs off the runway, then it doesn't make the news. There's no accident, nothing happened. And that's the successful outcome of the work that we do.
If we can provide tools to the air traffic controller to lower their workload, improve safety, that's going to eventually help out the flying public.
So today when I go out to a TRACON or go out to a tower somewhere and I get a tour from the facility, they often introduce their systems to us, and they'll say, oh, and this system, you might have heard of it, it's called STARS, and here's how it works. And they don't realize that I was on this team that did all this stuff. And so they're sort of giving back to me the things that I helped design, and they're talking about what they like about it and sometimes what they don't like about it. But the idea that something that I was so intimately involved with is actually out there being used every day in every TRACON and every air traffic control tower around the country, and that I know how that button works because I helped build it, right? That's about as good as it gets as a designer, an engineer, researcher, to see the thing that you helped improve be used by the people it was intended to be used for.
Because we do our work in-house, we have facilities to recreate pretty much any fire scenario that needs to be recreated, and we can turn around very quickly, mock up what needs to be done to support their accident investigation here and run the tests that they request to kind of have a better understanding of what might have happened in the actual accident.
When a plane lands long, basically, and doesn't stay on the runway, it exits the runway. So we had to find some technology, some way to stop the airplane. And so we developed this technology, which is like lightweight concrete, which is placed at the end of the runway, and it traps the plane. So in this particular example, the plane went too far and exited the runway, and instead of going to a wall or the river, it was entrapped by the technology called EMAS, and the plane was saved.
So we have to use better science to analyze that data and make use of that data and make better decisions. So for me, that's exciting. It's exciting because there's always something new to work on.
In essence, I guess when the next door neighbor would ask what I do at the FAA and what happens here at the FAA Technical Center, it does take on a little bit of hopefully a longer conversation. You could probably get from my response that I'm somebody that's energized by that I'm excited, I'm passionate. We have a lot of passionate people here that do their jobs, and that we do bring a great amount of benefit to the advancement of aviation technology.
At the end of the day, I go home with a smile on my face. I love what I do. The work is meaningful, it's challenging, it's stimulating. The people I work with are fantastic. It's a great opportunity to make a contribution. And I go home and I fall asleep without any issues.